Even try some exhales out the mouth. Okay, and then take your time. You can press into that left palm, unthread your right arm, come back to that tabletop. Once you arrive, you might wag your head and tail again, side to side. And then we're going to go to the other side. So left arm can reach out to the side, and then exhale, thread your left arm underneath your right armpit. You could start with the forehead on the prop, book or block, or if it's more comfortable, look to the right side of mat, left side of head on block. And then we just want to feel our shoulder blades draw in towards the spine as we're stretching the back, maybe even feeling that stretch in the neck. Long exhales out. Okay, let's press into the right palm, unthread the left arm tabletop, and then let's wag the head and tail again. So as you move your hips to the right, look over your right shoulder, hips go to the left, look over your left shoulder. Do that one more each side if that feels good. And then we're going to come back to neutral, and we're going to prepare to set up for mountain pose. So you can just sit on the side of one hip and swing your legs forward. Mountain pose, you could use those books, you could use those blocks. Underneath the knees, you could use stacked pillows. Maybe that foam roller will feel nice. But we just want to feel that support underneath the head, the shoulder blades, and the back of the leg. I'm going to demo with 2 blocks and a bolster pillow. So we're going to just put the bolster pillow underneath the legs, and you can get it as close to the sit bones as it feels comfortable. And then we recline back, lining up the shoulder blades on top of the first block. And then we line up our book, and then top of head on top of that top block or maybe you do a book underneath your shoulder blades and a pillow underneath your head. That could feel nice too. So just kind of experiment and find the variation that's best for you today. So just like we did in supported bridge, we're going to do the same arm stretch, arm and neck stretch. So we're going to reach our right arm down towards our right foot, and then reach down left arm towards left foot. So we're just kind of gliding from side to side. Now, if your head is connected, whatever your head is connected to, back of head, you might feel the back of the head kind of get a little massage here. Notice if the jaw has space between the upper and lower jaw. Eventually coming back to neutral. Now, little movement for the hands. So we're going to squeeze the thumbs against each finger pad just to feel a little sensation there. And notice which finger feels best for that thumb to stay connected to. That'll just be your mudra practice for today. And then we'll close our eyes. And you can feel your eyes relax back into the sockets. As your eyes continue to relax back towards the base of the skull, release the lower jaw from the upper jaw. And you could rest the tip of your tongue to the roof of your mouth. That could be right up against the 2 front teeth, or slid all the way back to the soft palate. From here, let's practice our 6-count breath. So I'll cue us through 3 rounds of 6-count breath. And this can be a practice that you continue throughout the rest of your practice on your mat, but even into the rest of your day. So we're going to start with a long exhale out. Inhale for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Exhale 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Exhale 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Exhale 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And continue to follow your breath at your own pace. Would feel nice just to stay here. Feel that stretch in your chest, the support for your lower back. Or we can add Heart Kriya next. So if you'd like to try Heart Kriya, release the mudra from your hands, wiggle your fingers and your toes. Let's bring in those wrist and ankle rotations now. So rotating the wrists and ankles 3 times one direction, and then 3 times to reverse. Once you've completed rotating both directions, bring the hands together in front of the heart, Anjali Mudra. Feel your thumbs resting on your sternum and breathe into the space between your thumbs and your sternum. We add some movement here next. On your inhale, reach your fingertips up towards the sky. Draw the shoulder blades back to the mat, and exhale, bring your thumbs to your sternum. 2 more of this first flow, first half. Inhale, reaching fingers up, shoulder blades back. Exhale, thumbs to sternum. Once more, this flow. And this might be the flow you stay with, or we add the cactus arms. Inhale, reaching the fingertips up. Palms face forward. We exhale, bend the elbows to the ground, cactus arms. Inhale, extend up, palms in. Exhale, thumbs to the heart. So let's do 2 more flows. Find the flow feels best to you, or it might feel best just to come back to stillness. So feel whatever the body is needing. When you feel complete, just bring your arms to the sides. Let your palms face up again. We're going to think of going to fetal position on the left. When you're ready, exhale, walk your feet towards your hips. Your feet might land on that foam roller or pillow, whichever you're using. And then we're going to release our knees to the left, then reach our hands to the left and roll to the left side. Catch yourself on that left side, fetal position. Relaxing into the earth. Feel as if the floor could drop down a couple inches. Could you sink with it? Okay, and then let's use our hands, press the palms down and slowly come up to seated. Let your head come up last. We're going to do some neck release, neck stretch next. So feel free to set those books or blocks to the side. You can sit on a pillow. You could sit on books. You could roll up your mat a little bit. Give yourself something so your pelvis is up a little higher off the mat. And we just come to a comfortable seated position. What's nice about having that prop underneath your pelvis is it allows us to drop our knees down and come forward into that seated position a little bit more, which will also help open your hip flexors. Okay, so choosing to either have the palms facing down or facing up, take a moment to close your eyes, reconnect the tip of the tongue to the roof of the mouth. feel your 6 count inhale and 6 count exhale. Exhale could be audible. You might hear it as you breathe out your mouth. That feels good. And then we're going to just do 3 head rotations to the right, 3 head rotations to the left. So as we bow our chin to the chest and the spine lifts out of the pelvis, we're going to inhale, circle the head to the right, up towards the sky. Exhale, chin to chest. And so moving very slowly. So if you are feeling tightness in the neck, this might be a smaller circle, and that is okay. It can also be good during the head rotations to move the jaw side to side, open, close. Often there's a connection. Reverse 3 if you haven't already. And another point to check in is, can you keep drawing your shoulder blades in towards the spine as you move the head? We're going to keep our chin towards our chest when you're even on both sides. And then we're going to wrap the left forearm over the top of the head and gently draw the head to the left. As you feel your shoulder blades slide down from the ears, keep lifting your rib cage and spine out of the pelvis. Open and close that jaw again. And maybe add that head movement. Looking up towards the sky, looking down towards the earth. And maybe it feels best to slide that right hand or left hand to the left side of the head to create kind of like a pillow for your head. You can add one more for the shoulders. So you might reach your right arm out to the side like we did for threading the needle. And then rotate that right palm back and bend your right elbow like your right fingertips are trying to touch your left hip. And let's do about 2 more breaths here. And then we're going to use that left hand, bring the head to center, release the arms down. Send both legs out, bounce the backs of the legs towards the floor, switch opposite leg in front. And then just feel if you can rock forward towards the front of your pelvis a little bit more, just to feel space in that hip, those hip flexors. Okay, then let's exhale, bow the chin to the chest. We're going to do that head, neck release, second side. Right arm comes over the top of the head. Gently drawing your head to the right as your shoulder blades slide down from the ears. Open and close the jaw a couple times. And then add the head movement, looking towards the sky, towards the earth. Let yourself pause any new stretch or sensation you feel. Again, that right hand could also come to the right side of the head like you're laying on a pillow. And then let's reach the left arm out to the side. Rotate the left palm back. Bring those left fingertips to the right hip. So now we've got that shoulder stretch on the left as well. Exhaling out the mouth. You can use that right hand when you're ready. Inhale, slowly bring the head to center and release the arms. Just shake it down. Okay, so now we're going to do half bow. If you'd like a little support for the front of the pelvis, the hip flexors, you can use that pillow. We'll use that strap or towel. And we're going to bring our head towards the front space of the mat, coming onto our belly. And of course, if it ever feels too much to have that support underneath the front should also feel like it's giving you a nice stretch or opening in your sacrum. But if it doesn't, just bring it to the side. Okay, so we're lining that pillow up underneath the pelvis. Have that towel or strap to the side. We'll grab that in a moment. You could just have your hands stacked beneath your forehead, just giving your head a little bit of a pillow. If you need more, hold opposite elbow and opposite hand. That'll just lift your head up a little higher. You feel all 10 toenails on the ground. You could even rotate the toes in, 10 toes in, heels out. That might also feel nice, counter stretch for your sacrum. Breathing in that 6 count breath into the lower belly, between the navel and the pubic bone. And we're going to start to think about going to half bow. So this is where you could decide if you want to keep that pillow underneath you or slide it to the side. Let's grab our towel or strap. We're going to roll to the right side and place that towel or strap around the left foot. And then just roll back onto your belly. Now, if you are on a prop, you could just let your left knee, thigh come to the ground. Or you might notice it wants to hover. That's okay too. Just whatever feels like the stretch for you today. Then, if you want to add that shoulder stretch, pass the, you can bring the tails of the towel or strap into the right hand if it's long enough, or just reach your left hand back to hold the left foot, or straighten your left foot. Something to bring that shoulder stretch in if it feels okay. Keep focusing on breathing between the navel and the pubic bone. And then for counter stretch, if you'd like, you could reach your left toes to the sky. Maybe that left thigh lifts away from the floor a little bit more. And then you could also kick your left foot back into your left hand. We'll just stay here for 3 breaths, not very long. Of course, come out of it sooner if you need. And then let's exhale, bring the left heel to the left hip and slide that strap off of your left foot, shake it out. Let's go to the other side. We're going to roll to that left outer hip. We're going to place that strap around the right foot and roll onto the belly. So let's start again with that strap near the right ear. That left forearm can come underneath the forehead, and the right knee or thigh could be touching the ground. You breathe into that lower belly once more, in the navel and the pubic bone. Choosing to stay here or reach that right hand back for that right foot or strap near foot, if it's available. No worries if it's not today. And we breathe here again into that right side, that right front of leg. We could add that kick back, kicking the right foot into the right hand, reaching the right toes up. Just 3 breaths. Come out of it sooner if you need. And then we'll exhale, bring the right heel to hip and slide that strap off of the right foot. 2 options here. One could be roll to either side for fetal position. So you would just roll to that side, or you could slide back into child's pose. You could keep that prop underneath you if it feels okay. Once again, feel wherever you arrive that your body, each exhale, sinks into the floor a little bit more. Letting go of any extra effort. Okay, and then we're going to slowly lift ourselves up to seated. Let your head come up last. We're going to come into supported fetal position next. So grab that pillow, grab that block or the book. We'll have that only if it, check how it feels for the neck today too. But we'll put the blocker book down first. Then you'll bring your pillow, the part where your head, right underneath your head is where we're wanting to put that block. And then if you do have like an extra pillow or a blanket that you want to put between the thighs, you could. That's going to just help keep the lower back open and keep the hips from compressing on top of each other. But we're going to start on the right side, and we want to slide our right hip up towards the pillow. And then we're going to just lay down onto our right side. So when you lay down, you want to feel that block is directly underneath your head. For some, it's going to feel good to have the left arm in front. Others, that's going to feel restrictive, so you might bring your left arm along the left side body. So either is good. We want to feel all those props underneath you, even the floor, supporting the right side body. Feeling your breath moving through the insides of your muscles. Now, if you would like to twist here, you're welcome to stay here for supported fetal. If you'd like to twist, bring your hands on each side of that pillow. You're going to rotate your navel towards the pillow and then try to look away from your knees so the left side of your head comes onto the prop. But if that's too intense for today, just rotate your head so your head can look the direction that your knees are pointing. We feel our shoulders slide down from the ears and feel space between the fingers and toes. Back to your breath. If you enjoyed that hip flexor stretch we did towards the beginning of practice, you could take that top leg, that left leg, and reach it behind you. So the left leg, the right leg is in front and the left leg's behind. Only go there if it feels good on your lower back. And you might do that rocking of the pelvis like we did in bridge, sticking the tailbone out, tucking the tailbone under to find that balance if you are extending your left leg back. If you extended the left leg back, restack it on top of the right. We're going to all press our palms down, lift up our spine, reach out the top of the head, and then look the direction that the knees are pointing. We just do this for a couple more breaths. All right, and then let's press our palms down, reach our hips to the ground, and slowly come up to seated. Let your head come up last. You could either roll to the left side or switch your props to the other side of the mat. Whatever feels best for you today. So again, that block is right underneath where the head would be, underneath that pillow. Sitting on the left hip, snug up against the pillow. You can bring that pillow between your thighs or blanket. And we start in fetal position. Laying on the left side. Right hand could be in front or along the right side body. So as we start here, notice where your left side body can relax into the earth a little bit more. Now you could add that twist. So press your palms into the ground, lift up your spine, rotate your navel towards the pillow, away from your knees. But if that feels like too much, just keep your head looking the direction that your knees are pointing. And for those of you that like the psoas stretch, you might bring your right leg back. And then you could rock the pelvis, sticking the tailbone out, tucking the tailbone in, under. Feel where that stacking, if you are reaching that right leg back, feels best. Feeling your breath. Inhale for 6 counts. Exhale for 6 counts. Now you have your right leg back. Stack it on top of the left. I'll press our palms down, lift our torso up, lengthen our spine. We look towards the knees again. Lay down. Maybe that right arm comes along the right side body as well. All right, and then from here, let's reach our hips to the ground and slowly come up to seated. Let your head come up last. And it would be good if we did some legs up the wall. So if you want to find a bare wall space or legs up the chair, we'll do that to go into Baddha Konasana as well. So we'll go there next. So feel free to bring your pillows or your blanket if you'd like to have something underneath your hips or your spine. If you are using that pillow, just have the long side up towards the wall. And then I'm going to sit on the side of one hip. I'm going to scoot my hips up against the wall, or if your chair, just enough so your legs can be on the chair. And then you're going to swing your legs up. So this can be also if you do have something supporting your spine or lower spine or along the whole spine. This can also help to release the neck. This is the gentle inversion. Once the legs are extended up, you can let your arms rest out to the sides or connect to a hand, one hand each to the torso, one hand to the heart, one hand to the belly button. Feel for that 6 count breath. And invite or ask your skin layer to relax. Invite your muscles to soften. Invite your bones to surrender to gravity. Ask your organs to soften. Even invite your cells to relax. Now, staying here with your breath might feel good. We can move into that Baddha Konasana, bringing the soles of the feet together and let your knees come apart. If that's too much, just re-extend your legs along the wall or the chair. So we're breathing into our hips here. You might even bring your hands to your inner knees or thighs and gently press your legs towards the wall. You can even pedal in the hands, so pedal in the legs, press through one palm and then the other. You might feel your tailbone wag from side to side. And then you could add the head again. So your head, if it wasn't already, massage the back of the head on the ground, moving the head side to side. Feel how gravity can move through the body. The head comes back to stillness and check in. Maybe it's going to feel good just to stay here in this inversion. Whether you keep the soles of the feet touching or you re-extend the legs up, either one. But if you're ready to come out of this inversion and you'd like to close more in a corpse pose, you could bend your knees and then we're going to roll to the right side, find fetal position. And we can press into the palms and slowly come up to seated. Let your head come up last. And we can move back out to center if you'd like to close out practice. You could bring that pillow underneath the knees. That might feel nice. If you have a blanket, you might toss it over you just to keep your body warm. But pillow underneath the knees. If you're still feeling like you'd like to get the hip flexors stretching a little bit more, you could go back into just with the pillow, just a gentle lift in the hips for your shavasana, but not much higher. That pillow could also come over the torso, which can be really nice if you're feeling any anxiety. This will really help with bringing you back to the ground. And then you could toss a blanket over you if you'd like to add a little more weight or even stay warm. Okay. We're going to start to shift into that final resting space. That new moon in Libra coming in, which is all about balance. Seeing all that is in balance within and around us, but also really being open to recognize what's out of balance within us and around us. And leading up until the full moon, you just have that time to really dive deep into that and give yourself permission to observe it. So you can invite that energy in if you'd like. As you bring the tip of your tongue to the roof of your mouth, you're resting behind the two front teeth or at the soft palate. An internal body scan. Notice where this shavasana, this stillness, can support you the most. Rest here for a few moments. Just feeling yourself, recognizing yourself in this receptive space, receiving. Might even say, I am open to receive the greatest gifts from the universe. You can slowly start to bring movement in. Wiggle the fingers and the toes. You can even say, I'm open to being one of the greatest gifts of the universe. And then when you're ready, you can stretch your body out to the side and then do any subtle movements you need through the body, eventually rolling to the right side, resting there for a few moments to feel and hear the rhythm of your heart. When you're ready, come up to seated. We'll bring the hands together in front of the heart, Anjali Mudra, with space between the palms. Into that space, feel yourself extend your physical and energetic heart as if you could hold your own heart between your hands. Just bow into it, that space of your truth, your inner knowing, and that part of you that's been here the longest in life, your own heart. The yogic mantra, Om Mani Padme Hum, Om Mani Padme Hum, Om Mani Padme Hum, that one chakra, that lotus flower that is said to contain the jewel, is the heart. Thank you for sharing your practice today. Namaste.
Namaste.